Hi, today I'm here with the amazing Australian author Patricia Bernard. How are you?
I'm fine again. It's getting colder, but it's lovely.
That's very nice. Good to see you keeping warm. So here we have some of your other books. Would you like to tell us about them?
Well, we will. The very first book I ever wrote, which was Riddle of the Trumpeter, is the one that has 25 spelling mistakes in it because they believed that the editor, who was a very famous actress, would be a very good speller. Well, she was no better than me, and I was very bad. I learnt on this book. I learnt grammar, and I learnt punctuation, and I definitely learnt spelling, and I have continued with the spelling and punctuation, which makes me now a very good editor. And I edit a lot of other people's books. I'm editing one for a writer in Uzbekistan at the moment. Maybe next time I wear my Uzbeki hat. And but it's a lovely book, and it's my first fantasy, and this is my last fantasy. In between, I've written murder mysteries and travel books and adventure books, picture books. I've 78 books I've written.
Wow.
And so there's lots of different types of genres because I get a bit bored with one and I go to the other. But I always come back for children's and teenagers and young adults into the fantasy world or the science fiction, or at the moment speculative fiction it's called. And I'm writing about a girl who falls in love with an angel, not a nice one.
Oh.
And but so I started with fantasy and I'm sort of ending with fantasy at the moment.
Very nice. So what kind of books were you into when you were a teenager?
Oh, I had a really strange taste when I was a teenager. I read every war book that existed, every one, between Germany and Japan and Poland. I read every war book.
Wow.
And oddly enough, in all my travels, I've been to 117 countries. I have never been to any of the concentration camps in either Japan, Burma, or Europe. I just didn't go. I think I got enough between my 14 and 18 years of reading.
Did you travel a lot when you were a teenager?
No, it wasn't the fashion to travel very much when I was a teenager. When I mentioned to my mother that I was going to go to England as soon as I made enough money, she was happy because she wanted to travel too, so she came with me. But it wasn't the norm. We had to go by ship, and the people on the ship were quite wealthy, and the young people of my age were either nurses or teachers or students going to Oxford, and I was a cigarette worker in a factory. So I was completely out of place except for my great urge to travel and see the world and see all the places I'd read about.
Lovely. I can relate to that. I love to travel as well. So how do you think you've impacted people with your books?
I hope I've given the readers a sense of imagination, which is some people are born with it and some people have to get it. And I love imagination and making up amazing characters. In this book, my favorite character is a lady called Hannah the Hangwoman, and she kidnaps one of my younger heroes because she wants an apprentice.
Oh.
And he doesn't want to be a hang boy. And so that's one of the reasons I like writing.
Yes. Can you elaborate on just a small summarize on how you really think that writing has impacted your life?
Oh, it's amazing. It gives me an adventure every day I go to the computer. I do know where my book is going. I know it's got a beginning and a middle end, and I always know the end. But in between, I have no idea where my characters are going or what characters will pop up.
Okay. So thank you very much for that. Today we've talked about other books and how books have interested Patricia in her teen life and what she was interested in and how she came to write some of these books. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. That was a long one.
Okay, just a second.